Hey, Katie, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Katie. I'm Heather Reifer. I don't think we've met before in person. So,
Hi, Heather. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Angela Scully. I was the first executive director over at Uptown.
Oh, great.
Yeah, great. That I'm
You
not
were you were part of getting it all started.
absolutely, and it took everything I knew and more. And Nate, how are you? We had 20 or
I-
so signed up.
I'm
So,
I'm doing well, thank you.
and who are you with, Nate?
I'm a West Goshen Township Supervisor.
Oh, great.
Fantastic.
So, are the Goshens getting together for
Yes,
the celebration
we are.
together again?
Yes, exactly.
Or just wait a few minutes until we have 2 more minutes, and we had 20 people signed up, so we're assuming people will jump on.
And and it's Monday, so everyone people are
And wait, it's a beautiful day outside.
yeah, it really is. What time is it? Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle. My name is Heather Reifer. I'm with Chester County 250, or the Friends of, I should say. Where from where
Where
do
do
you
you hail from?
hail? That's what I'm trying to say. On a Monday afternoon.
Who are you with, Michelle?
Oh, I am with the Valley Forge Park Alliance, and our group is part of the alliance. We're the muster roll. It's the database of the soldiers.
Oh,
Ah,
So people write in to us and they ask us if their ancestor was at Valley Forge. And we've been working with Rob Williams to try to see what we could do, if there's any kind of project
yeah.
for Chester County 250. So,
He's
um,
my neighbor.
oh, yay.
Yeah,
Yay,
yeah.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
he's
Rob's great.
he
yeah,
really is.
Yeah. So,
one of my
yeah,
heroes for sure.
that's what we do.
I see Kim Andrews is on and Heather Grayberg, Connor Hepp we got.
Great.
So maybe we should get started
I
since it's
think so.
2:01.
I'm just jotting a couple things down here.
So I'll provide some introduction. My name's Angela Scully, and I Karen Simmons got me out of retirement to help with 250 in Chester County. And we find that most people don't know about 250. And we also feel like Chester County is such an important part of the 250 celebration, and we don't want to be left out. So we're going hyper local and meeting with groups like this. And also, we have one in Paoli, Malvern, we have one in Phoenixville, Kennett, and where else, Heather?
There's one starting
In
up
Coatesville.
in Phoenixville and one starting up in Coatesville.
So we're really trying to get people excited about 250 and involved in some portion of it that is authentic to them. Would you say that, Heather?
Exactly, exactly.
So we have a very short uh, uh, little PowerPoint that we can just kind of whip through some important parts of it. Some of you might have seen it. But first, let's introduce everybody, okay? You can introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from. Let's start with you, Kim, since you're at the top of my screen.
And with the last name of Andrews, I'm usually at the front of every line too.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm Kim Andrews. I'm working as a facilitator with Chester County's America 250. I'm a longtime executive director, arts and culture. I've been at the Fund for Women and Girls in Westchester for a long time. So I'm looking forward to helping to make 250 great in Chester County.
How about you, Heather Grayberg?
Hi, I'm Heather Grayberg. I'm the Executive Director of Uptown Kenauer Performing Arts Center and also Artistic Director of Revival Productions, and really excited to do some fun things next year.
Katie, how about you? You're here. You're next on my screen.
Katie Walker, I'm the president of the Greater Westchester Chamber of Commerce. Our offices are located right here in the borough. And I was approached by Karen Simmons to be, I guess, an honorary co-convener of this group, along with Connor Hepp, who I see is here, and I believe Michelle Kickline and the mayor of Westchester,
Lillian D.
Baptiste.
Baptiste.
Lillian, yeah.
Yeah. So Connie, you're next on my list. How about you?
Hi, everybody. Connor Hepp. I'm with the Chester County History Center. So all things history all the time.
Good. John O'Brien?
Hey everyone, I'm John O'Brien. I'm the Executive Director of Downtown Westchester.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Welcome.
And Nate?
Yeah, Nate Wallman. I am a West Goshen Township Supervisor and liaison to the West Goshen Historic Commission.
David Blackburn?
Hello, everyone. David Blackburn, Heritage Preservation Coordinator with the Chester County Planning Commission and the liaison to our administration team for America 250, Chester County.
Okay. And is it Gary?
Yes. Yeah, Gary Kraft, president of Kraft Coaches, just trying to assist with transportation needs.
Mm-hmm. And Teresa is with Lillian Mayor Baptiste.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, I'm just joining. She did have to step out of the office, so I'm not sure what time she'll be back. So I wanted to jump on just to kind of take some notes for her today.
Good.
Super.
Thank you.
Bernard Greenberg?
Hi, I'm Bernie Greenberg. I'm chairman of the 250 committee for Anselma Mill in Chester Springs.
Hi, Bernie.
Hi, Heather. We got your files.
Oh, good, good.
Did we miss anybody here? Well, Beth Crowlis is from the Community Foundation, and she is facilitating today all things technology because Heather and I are a little bit left behind in some areas.
She
Okay.
saves us, yes.
And I
So
help with marketing as well.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Maybe Heather, you could start the.
Yeah, first, I want to get a quick show of hands. Has anyone not seen this presentation before of the we have been having these Zoom in to history sessions on Fridays, every fourth Friday of the month. So I know some people have seen this before, but I guess raise your hand if you've not seen this before.
Oh, John O'Brien.
Okay, great. Great.
And-
So
and
we'll
If I'm the only one, you really don't need to run through the whole
Michelle?
next slide. I'll get
we've got a
caught up later.
few. We've got a few.
Yeah,
So
we have a few,
we'll
and
do
we'll
a-
hit the highlights.
we'll hit the highlights. First, just to introduce myself, my name is Heather Reifer. I'm with Friends of Chester County 250, and I've worked in heritage preservation in one role or another last, oh gosh, it's now up to 25 years in the Chester County area. I was at the Mill at Anselma. That's how I know Mr. Bernie. And I was more recently at Historic Sugartown. So I come at this from kind of a historic site management background. So, all right. So let me get this so I can see it and get us going. So we'll do, like Angela said, we will go through the highlights here. I like our timeline to get us started. The Chester County Commissioners created a Chester County 250 Commission a few years ago. And the first couple of years was basically strategizing and getting ducks in the road for planning. And last year, we were also working on legacy projects and possible grant opportunities and so forth. But now now that it's 2025, the rubber is meeting the road, and there's some projects that are really starting to get underway, and we're starting to get more specific in convening local communities in order to get to coordinate people's efforts the best way we can. So and really this year we start with at Chester County History Center, they're going to be hosting the bicentennial of Lafayette's farewell tour, which happened 200 years ago. Right now, I think he's already touring, isn't he, Connor? And he'll be here in July 26th. So that's starting. And then next year, the way we've positioned 250 is if you can plan events throughout 2026. The revolution clearly didn't start on July 4th. It was already in progress. In fact, Lexington just had its remembrances last week for Paul Revere's ride, the two lights in the North Church, and in reenactment on the battlefield. So things are already in motion in other parts of the country on 250, and that's and here it'll be 4th of July, and then our story here in Chester County is really in 2027 when we commemorate the Battle of Brandywine, through the Battle of Clouds and Paoli Massacre, and the march in, and then ultimately the march out of Valley Forge. So that's kind of the basic timeline of the way things will be running. What we are here to do is offer you some planning tools. And all of these, and when I get out of the slideshow a little later, we can pop some links in for you. But we have toolkits to help plan any kind of event that you may be doing, figuring out how to insert a layer of Chester County 250 into an existing program or event that you already have. We're real big proponents of that because, why reinvent the wheel with a brand new event when so many places are already doing things throughout the year, and we can just infuse the story of 250 in there. So this is one of our planning toolkit lists here, and I'm gonna roll forward to give you a little more of an overview of Chester County and the way we look at 250. It's really underpinned by 4 themes. I'm going to skip ahead here to our main themes here. The main theme, like I mentioned, Philadelphia campaign, because that lived large here in Chester County. From those battles literally came across the county and ended up at Valley Forge. But they were supported by 3 other themes: the agricultural bounty, people had to eat, troops needed food, residents were losing their food because the troops were marching through. So that was a big piece of our story. Iron and steel, the cannons and weapons had to come from somewhere, and Chester County's forages were a huge source for that need, to fill that need. And lastly, unfinished revolutions and the pathway to freedom. The Underground Railroad, we have unfinished business. We talk about, the Declaration of Independence. The line is all men are created equal. And clearly there was more work to do after that. So the unfinished revolutions that would take place are our Underground Railroad story, people fleeing to try to find freedom in the northern states and then ultimately Canada. And that obviously is post-revolution, women's suffrage and other stories related to our social values and how they've shaped our social consciousness. So let me scoot ahead. Again, and this PowerPoint will be posted on it's on our website, so you can access any of these if you want to dig deeper into any of the themes. We have an Iron and Steel Heritage Partnership here in the county as well that's pre-existed all this work from 250. So that's a great resource to people. And lastly, Pathway to Freedom, some more information about that. And if none of that excites you or fits in specifically with what you're trying to do with your organization, there's always the basic heritage themes and the story of American rights and our responsibilities and our
civic life.
And civic life here. So just to point out, we have some things highlighted here in yellow, and those are aspects that have jumped out during past Zoom-in sessions that have resonated with other people. It doesn't mean that some of the others won't resonate with you more. It's just that's what we've seen in the past Zoom sessions. So just have that up there as a matter of interest.
And we found out that people get ideas and in these conversations by sharing and know a good idea is one that you can take and make your own.
Yes, exactly. And with that in mind, in terms of thinking about it, we pose a number of different questions that you can work from. And again, you'll get a copy of this PowerPoint, so you'll be able to see, have this at your disposal. One of our initiatives that's starting to get off the ground is the Dare to Declare initiative or project. This was the brainchild of Rose Fennell, who is the superintendent up at Valley Forge National Historic Park. She had this idea, oh gosh, almost 2 years ago now, that people should be able to hear the Declaration of Independence like people heard it back during on July 4th or in the days afterwards, which was out on the square.
Right. She actually cornered me and said to me, "When is the last time you read the Declaration of Independence?" And I said, 5th grade. And she said, "Read it again. You'll find it revolutionary. You'll find it incendiary." So she's believes very strongly, as Heather says, that we should hear it, we should read it. It's very important in our every day, but especially in our current situation.
So the idea that she threw out at the time was to have places of declaration, and they're doing this up in Montgomery County as well. And they're going to have houses of declaration there where I think it's going to be based at their historic sites exclusively. But what we want to do here in Chester County is have it anywhere. At historic sites, of course, that would be a great place for it, but it could be libraries, it could be a local brewery, it could be a place of worship, it could be
Call it a tavern, though.
Anything. And again, thinking about current activities, current things that you've always done, like say you've had a strawberry festival annually, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in July, it can be anytime during 2026. Infuse that layer. That's a great way to pull it in, have a reading of the Declaration of Independence. And what we're working on is developing resources for you to do just that. Even resources on how to read the Declaration of Independence correctly, work through the meanings, talk about it, and figure out what's the best way to go about it at your site. And if you're planning a new event, we'll have some event planning guides as well. There is a historian by the name of Dr. Emily Sneff, who is an expert on the Declaration of Independence, and she is starting her to have workshops, and she's going to be hosting them, 3 of them this month, and we'll also drop that link in for you as well in case you're interested. Focusing on just that, and she's working with us on developing these reading guides.
So we were talking to somebody from St. David's Church up here in Wayne, and they're having a lecture next July 4th, and Dr. Sneff is also helping them, but they're going to do what do they call it when people get up and just randomly start saying the declaration, and then the next person will come
Like a
in.
flash mob, I think.
Exactly, that's the word, of like a flash mob of the declaration. So it's not that you have to get up in colonial garb and do your best Mel Gibson impression. I think that it's again, there's a way to do it, and Emily has lots of good ideas on how to do that.
Yeah. So we also have a number of resources for promoting your events, and this you can start using this now for not necessarily a 250 event. We're linked up with the Chester County Conference and Visitors Bureau. If you ever want to submit an event to this calendar, because it's an excuse me, my getting notifications from home. But if you want to publicize any of your events now, there's resources on the website on how to do that. And Beth, who's on this call, can help you with that as well.
And it's like a conflict buster as well. So when you set a date for an event, check the calendar.
So that's right. So I think that is our quick spiel about what Chester County 250 can do for you and can help coordinate. Angela, do you want to take the lead on
So I'm
circling
gonna,
everybody up with their ideas?
yeah, I was gonna actually call on Heather Grayberg from Uptown, since I kind of know what you're gonna do already, and just to start the ideas rolling.
Yeah, so we are actually aggressively starting to book what we're calling our Americana series for 2026. So the goal is that each month there is something that is representative of either the history of the country or just something that makes you feel very patriotic or is educational. So like one thing that we have planned as an example is I believe we're going to do it in the month of June. We have the author Tom Piazza coming, and he wrote it's a historical fiction book called The Auburn Conference, and it's about all of these different historical figures that come together, and they are discussing how they would solve the problems of today's world. So we plan to do that in a staged reading, as well as some musicals and theater and concerts that will just be very celebratory of the country. So booking feverishly, looking for grants feverishly, so that we can have a very well-rounded program that also is reflective of what America means to so many different people.
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. Nate, how about you in Goshen? You're going to be one Goshen.
Yeah, we have a number 7 or 8 different events that we're planning on. The big one's going to be May 30th at the East Goshen Park, where we're going to have a parade. We're trying to get a Thomas Jefferson reenactor to read the Declaration of Independence, and then we're going to have a large one that residents or any visitors will be able to sign as well. It's all going to be capped off with the fireworks and drone display in the evening. We're also planning on some field trips, one to the Constitution Center, also possibly one to Germantown, where I believe they have a reenactment of the Battle of Germantown.
Yeah.
So we're working on quite a number of things that will go from 2026 into 2027.
Good. That sounds very interesting. Yeah, Michelle.
And we are working in tandem with East Goshen.
Mhm. Yeah. And you have those bulletin boards, those electronic bulletin boards that I see that, and that's how you'll be advertising it?
Yeah, that's one of the ways we'll be advertising it. Also, East Goshen has their blacksmith shop, which we're going to have some events revolving around that, some tours of the blacksmith shop as well. And recently they discovered there was a skirmish as the around 352 and Paoli Pike, where 11 Revolutionary soldiers were killed and 3 Hessian soldiers were killed. We're trying to pinpoint that location on their way to the Battle of the Clouds.
Okay. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Anybody else want to volunteer? Michelle?
We're still thinking, as I said, we're the database of the soldiers at Valley Forge, the muster roll, and still trying to brainstorm as to how we can do something with that.
Does anybody have any ideas? So how would I, would I just send you an email? How would none of my relatives were here, I can assure you. The famine hadn't hit Ireland yet.
Yeah, we have a website, and on our website, we have a search the muster roll section, and people can go there and find out if their ancestor was there. And if they weren't, we have some researchers on our team that can help them look for some documentation.
Should we publicize the website for you?
That would be great. You could do that.
If you could put it in the chat, that would be good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Bernie, how are you doing over there at the mill at Anselma? You're on mute. If you can, you're on mute.
Okay.
Got
Can you
you.
hear me now?
Yes.
Well, I think that 250 celebration has met with a lot of enthusiasm at our mill, quite a bit. I'll go through some of the things. Number one, we received the first grant from the state of Pennsylvania, a $10,000 grant to repair our roof. And we were the only one in Chester County to receive that grant. We were starting a speaker series this year, just to get like a mini series to get on board for a major speaker series next year. We've obtained a mannequin who are going to be dressed up as a miller, miller in the year 1776, and have a way people can use their cell phones and get some vocal information about this. We have a beautiful colonial bread oven that we're going to try using much more frequently than we have in the past. And that there are other things that are happening. We are reconfiguring we have a chicken coop, which Heather is very familiar with. And that chicken coop is going to have there's a history of our mill set up. And we're quite excited about that. And things are flying in, and people are getting ideas, and we have new volunteers. And I think for us in the mill, this has been a chance to get our act in order, as they say, and really put on a good show. How's that sound, Heather?
And I think that's the intent really of 250 here, is to use it as a lever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That all sounds great, Bernie.
Yeah, maybe we could share the website so that people know when your lectures are and so on.
I think we're doing that.
Good.
It's all being done.
Okay, good. Am I going to pronounce his name right? Rachel?
Rachel?
Oh yeah, Rachel, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
If you want to introduce yourself and let us know what you're up to for 250.
Yeah, my name is Rachel Kewen. I am from Penns Woods Winery in Chadds Ford.
Oh, yeah, been there.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. We're just working on, reaching out to some historic sites and seeing if anyone wants to do any collaborations for, maybe custom like commemorative wine labels. We're working on some designs to do some things like that. Um, I'm also in touch with some reenactment groups. We have a large 30-acre property, and we wanted to kind of see if we could put on a reenactment of a historical battle. And we work closely with Newland Gristmill often, so we were chatting with them about maybe getting some some period true like workshops on like blacksmithing and things like that.
Mhm. Well, you
Just
could visit the blacksmith shop there in Goshen. That's a really interesting spot too.
yeah, so just kind of just seeing how we can get involved. We're really excited about it. Not really sure exactly which directions to go in, but just kind of want to be a part of the conversation.
Okay.
Super.
Okay.
So if anyone, has any, you know, ideas or anything, any way we could support, we're happy to jump in and help and be there.
Okay, so we should put you on as a resource on our.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Gary, I was thinking about the same thing for you, to put you on as a resource for people who are needing to arrange transportation and even if it's for the field trips, for example, to Germantown.
We'd be happy to help.
Okay, so if you could just put the information in the chat, then we'll post it.
Okay.
Anything else that Kraft is doing?
We're not doing anything specific. I've spoken to many of you individually, just of all the possible activities. Some of the recent discussion we've had is with possible military groups because of their anniversaries that are really 2025.
Hmm.
So there's people planning to be in the area for 2-3 days and just looking at tour opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. I think the influx of people for games and such should be again an opportunity for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. I see that Lillian, Mayor DeBaptiste is on the phone. Did you want to say anything, Lillian? Or Teresa? Okay, well.
If I could just real quick, I just had a kind of a question. Is within America 250 and the committee, since I'm newer to this, so bear with me, is the focus really here just like Revolutionary War, or is this like a celebration of America like style? Because I'm just trying to get a feel for
I think
direction.
that's a great question.
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's the latter. It's like when Heather started talking about Americana. That's to me what we're talking about. It's not about just about colonial history. It's about the rights, responsibilities, and just the civic life of our country. Heather had that last slide up, and they talked about sort of the American values. To me, that's what we need to reflect in these events, right?
Building on that, so one of the things like in Westchester, my organization's goals is really to deck out the town in red, white, and blue. And especially in Connor, I'm probably going to reach out to you offline here, taking like historical images of Westchester with like bunting and all that, trying to recreate that in different areas, hanging American flags along the light poles. So that's just kind of like a visual aspect, because a lot of like the reenact, we're open, like we've worked with Tom Walsh on the Lafayette events that are coming up, but we also wanted to kind of broaden the net to those who might be not as pulled in by like speaker series and things
Correct.
like that.
Right.
Has there been any discussion about doing things like more along like public art wise, or like the county doing like a tree dedication, or like time capsules, events for kids?
This is very grassroots, so
Mhm.
it's from the bottom up. So your organization, or you can team up with others, to plan such things, and we'll
Okay.
promote it. One of the calls we had, I think it was with Kennett Square, a week or so ago. One of the idea of decorating the town came up there as well. And one of the things we were talking about, as you see a lot of times at Christmas, a lot of local townships have Christmas decoration, like light fights, basically,
Mhm.
contests who can deck out their lawn the best for Christmas or what have you. Doing something similar for
Okay.
250, encouraging places to do something like that. And have a prize or whatever it is, you decide.
Okay.
But they're kind of, again, in Westchester, you have what is it, the gingerbread houses and some of the places around Christmas time before, ahead of the Christmas parade, and things like that. Encouraging folks to, get their American spirit on in their own yard.
And
Yeah.
you all have a public arts committee,
Mhm.
That's true.
Jimmer.
Right.
Yeah, I was talking to them
Right.
about some things. I just wanted to, before we start putting things out there, I didn't know if there was other items that were being discussed. So we're
No,
not
and one of the
duplicating or
reasons we
stepping on
wanted
people's toes.
to start the conversation is so that we could start this.
Yeah,
Exactly what you're
exactly.
saying, because there is a lot of room to take your own events and give them the twist, but also to create an atmosphere of celebration with the flags, with the, I love the Goshen, the parade and the fireworks. That sounds fun.
This is Lillian DeBaptiste. Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
I was trying to unmute and I couldn't.
I've been there.
Get it.
I couldn't unmute quick enough. So I wasn't ignoring you. Thank you. I got on late because I had a conflict. So, and I have a head cold. So excuse my voice. Why I'm not, you don't want to see me blow my nose. So anyway, I was hoping that, John, to your point, that Westchester could indulge in some type of mural, perhaps. And I've talked to a couple of people, not the key people, but just to see if there was any grassroots interest in creating another mural. I know we have several around town that have been well received, and I thought maybe one to commemorate this. I would like to see this celebration be more than about just the Revolutionary War. I think
Certainly.
it needs to embrace all the people that have contributed to it and honor the original owners, quote unquote, of this land, the Lenape Indians. So I'd like to see something. I was at the inauguration of the president of Westchester University, Dr. Laurie Bernatsky, recently, and she had one of the Lenape Indians come and actually begin the ceremony, and he was in full dress and regalia. And I don't know if any of you, I think Katie, you were there, and he did a prayer in his native language. And I thought it was powerful, Katie.
Agreed.
Yeah, and it just was a wonderful prayer to open it up and acknowledge, the humble beginnings of this area. So in some way, I don't know where or how or what, but I'd like us to see us do something that's more inclusive.
I love the idea of the time capsule, John. How could we get that and kick that forward? And where would we put it? I think it's a great idea.
Well, I know years ago they did a time capsule and they put it in front of the historical courthouse, right in that area where the fountain is.
Oh, okay.
And, they put a time capsule there, and I think like 25, 30 years later, they brought it back up, but they did put a time capsule there. I think it's actually come back up since then, but that was where it was, right in front of the historical courthouse. It was actually the courthouse was being used when they put it there back in, I think, during Westchester's parade, and in the late 1990. When was that parade? When we had a big parade in Westchester.
Oh, yeah. Was it the 300th?
It was for the
Or something. It was a centennial of sorts. I know what you're talking about. I can't.
200th anniversary, because last year we had the 225th
Yeah.
birthday, so it was the 200th because it was
Okay, 200. That makes sense.
24 years ago.
Mhm.
But the time capsule might even have been done earlier.
Mhm.
I
So
I remember.
how would we work that time capsule? Does anyone have any ideas? Because I think it would the goal of including the community in it and young people would be powerful.
Angela and Heather and John, there's an idea afoot right now from the county side, possibly through Becky Brain's office, and to create, for lack of a better term, a video time capsule.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the details of it. There was a small amount of funding secured. And other than the broad parameters, I don't have any details, but as opposed to a tangible thing you bury in the ground, the general idea is something that's digital.
Mhm.
Oh, that's neat.
It is.
So
It's very.
yeah, it would be kind of something through the county. To your question, John, also on public art, um, there is something, I guess you would call it officially sanctioned by the Pennsylvania America 250 PA of promoting their cast fiberglass replicas of the Liberty Bell for placement and decoration by a local artist all throughout the Commonwealth, similar to what you've seen in other municipalities throughout the region, but with maybe a bear or a bull or a cow or something. This is the Liberty Bell. In order to do that, though, you have to buy, in effect, buy the bell and buy into the program, which is $10,000 a pop. Because of the lack of funds, there's no I don't know what you would call it. There's no grant support from PA
Right.
250 or any way of getting down the price. In effect, you have to find sponsors for it that cover the $10,000 cost or pay for it directly. So in terms of official public art from the scope of the Commonwealth's 250, that's the main thrust of what they're trying to do. At a recent phone call, they've had a scattering of bells purchased for other parts of the Commonwealth, but
Yeah.
none for Southeast PA.
David, are they still doing the two different bell programs? There's the artist fiberglass bell, and then there's the bronze Liberty Bell.
Yeah, the bronze, they say, is very limited. I think it's being more directed by America 250 PA of no more than maybe 5 throughout the Commonwealth. So I don't know the parameters of the program. The one that they're pushing for Commonwealth wide is the fiberglass bell for the idea is whether it's a municipality or an organization for it to be purchased, working with a local or regional artist, kind of a community event per se, or perhaps with its final display in a place that is highly visible to the community upon that is sponsoring it.
Because I
So,
remember there was some question whether or not you'd actually get your local artist to be on the bell that goes in your town. Like they had a general RFP, but I don't know, maybe they've changed that. No.
Yeah, I don't know the details other than that because of the $10,000 price tag, that's been a deterrent. And
Mhm.
I believe they said none of the counties within our region have bought into that program.
it's kind of like
Anyway.
QVC.
Yeah.
So just because public art was mentioned, I just wanted to bring that up as kind of an official PA 250 project.
Okay. I will, there's also a Liberty Tree effort that you can, it's still open, isn't it, Heather?
It's
Oh,
one per county,
Oh,
and
yeah,
no,
and we
it's
already
not.
that's
have
done.
ours.
We've,
Yeah,
in fact,
Delco
that's
and
been
Chester County.
dedicated in another month, right?
Okay, one per county. Okay, so
Yeah.
we already
Yeah,
have Liberty Tree.
in Delco, it's going to be the Brandywine Battlefield Historic Park, and here in Chesco, it's up around Malvern with on the Paoli, the side of the Paoli battlefield.
Okay. All right, so we can, I'll put the bell, we'll put the bell information, in
Yeah, it's in the
out,
chat. I just put it
right.
in there. So
And,
in
it,
case folks are
yeah,
interested.
and also I'll reach out to Becky Brain. Is that appropriate, David? About the digital? I can't,
Oh,
you're on
yeah.
mute.
Oh, yeah, he's on, you mute all of a sudden.
Okay,
Time capsule. Yeah.
The trigger on the program hasn't been pulled per se, so
okay.
there's no there.
Okay.
Oh, like so
But
many
it's a neat
things.
idea and
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Anything else for the good of the cause?
Angela and Heather, I just have a question. I was trying to find some information online. But do you know anything about this USA Regional Championship, the World Association of Marching Show Bands that's supposed to take place at Westchester University? I can't find anything on it
I don't
online.
think they've published anything official. The gentleman, and I can't remember his name right now.
Probably
The
Todd Marcacci.
That's him. Yeah, he was on
Yeah.
one of our calls, I want to say a month or so ago, and said it was definitely happening.
Okay.
And it's in the days leading up to the 4th of July. I almost think the competition is like a day or two before.
Well, and Philadelphia is planning a parade.
Yeah, and I guess the winner of that competition will be marching in the parade.
Right,
So
and the parade is on the 3rd in
yeah,
Philadelphia.
that's where the 3rd was. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
that same week. That is the, all I've heard. I wonder if Susan Hamley might know more because I know she had been talking to him
Right.
ahead
Okay.
of that. So
Because it's like almost like he wanted to keep it quiet when we talked to
yeah,
him.
yeah, they're still kind of, I think,
Yeah, I know they're
Yep,
still
they're-
maybe sorting out what bands would be
or how,
included.
yeah, it's nationwide though, is the way he put it. So
Yeah, and
marching
I thought there were
bands
even some
in.
international bands that would be
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
So, okay, I just wasn't sure if you had either
Yeah,
of you
reach
had
out to
about
Susan.
that.
Yes,
She'll know.
yeah, she may have more current information.
Right.
Yeah, Katie, I was on a call which included some faculty and staff from Westchester University, and they mentioned the program, and I thought they mentioned using one of the fields, one of the
Yeah,
sports
it's
facilities.
definitely going to be there. Yeah.
So, but that's basically, they touted it up, they described it, but, and that they were thrilled to serve as a host, but that's more or less all they said. I don't know if there's anything on the university's website.
Right. Yeah,
I
I just Googled it and couldn't
Yeah.
seem to find anything. So,
Yes. I mean, we all like almost jumped through the phone at him when we
Yeah,
saw he was on the
exactly.
phone because
Exactly.
everybody's been
Yeah.
trying to
So
get in touch with him.
Because we've been hearing
Um,
about this for months. So,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Well, if we hear anything too, we know Todd really well through the chamber. He used to help us plan the Christmas parade. So I can reach out and see if I can get any updates from him as well.
Yeah, that might be the fastest.
Right, yeah. And I just wanted to add to the Greater Westchester Chamber and John O'Brien's organization. John's right down the hall from me right now, sitting in his office. We work closely together on the light decorations in downtown Westchester for the holidays. The funds that are raised for a good portion of the lights that go up is through the chamber, and then John's organization does a lot of work too with wrapping lights around the poles and getting bows up on the poles. So John and I can talk about, you know, what that might look like for the holidays in in 2026. The chamber also plans the Christmas parade, which would be, you know, sort of one of the maybe the last bigger community events here in Westchester of the year for 226. And I would say, like Lillian had mentioned, you know, a bunch of us partnered together with the Borough of Westchester last year for their 225th birthday. And the borough did a really nice job of putting together a float that was in the Christmas parade celebrating the borough of Westchester's 225th birthday.
Nice.
So the only thing I'll say is, you know, if there is an organization out there that would make sense for them to put together a 250th float that could take on the work of that, we could make sure at the chamber that we would hold space for, you know, for that to be included in the parade in 2026.
Okay.
50
Sounds like an opportunity for someone.
does. Absolutely.
So when we meet next, maybe we'll have some, I think we're going to meet in June.
Yeah, so we're technically scheduled every fourth Monday at 2 o'clock, like today. But we realized last week that the fourth Monday of May is Memorial Day. So have fun with your families, and we'll meet on the fourth Friday or fourth Monday in June instead. So, but in the meantime, if there's any ideas, we do have a whiteboard that Beth has been busily adding to as we've been talking. I've noticed it's been populating. You can add.
Put it in the chat so people can add to it.
I'm working. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Are you doing that or am I?
Got it.
You got it? Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, so we have a whiteboard. You can add it, you can access it at any time, add to it.
Or correct me
you
if I did something wrong.
Yep, there's that too. And we'll also, you know, any kind of, if you want to get in touch with anybody or you can see that information or add to it, or if you have talked to somebody and you want to add to the board, that, you know, something is in the works, that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. And maybe Susan Hamley will be able to help with the marching band thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we hear anything, we'll send it your way, Katie.
Sounds good. And I'll like I said, I reached out to Todd too, so he'll likely have an answer, so I can let everybody know as well.
And how about the public art? I'm going to see Jimmer Thursday. So maybe I can mention that to him. Is that appropriate on your? Yeah, because I think it would be great to get more people interested and part of this.
CCHC has a ton of programs, but I'll just send them along to the whiteboard.
Okay. Oh, great. Great.
Wonderful. Connor, did you have anything coming up that you wanted to highlight or lift up for 250 that you might want help with or could opportunities with?
This year we have Lafayette's Ball in July. In September, we're bringing out elders of the Delaware tribe for a visit and oral history program with Westchester.
Oh, fantastic.
we have the Smithsonian exhibit, which was supposed to be 1 month and has now been extended for 3 months. So that's coming in
Great.
September.
Great.
And library speaker series, and we're not quite sure about the Cannon Heritage Center, which we're going to build either on the end of this year or more likely 2026. So that's iffy.
One thing I was going to suggest to Connor and to all of you really is we had a conversation last week with a group, and one of the people is looking all of the people in his various groups are looking to volunteer. So if you need volunteers, go to the website and it's on the resource page.
Yeah, we're working on adding more and more resources in there. Beth and crew at the Community Foundation, when a new resource pops up, they have been awesome in getting it out there.
This fellow had 3 different groups
So,
that he was representing on the call, and they're looking for opportunities.
and I will pop the resource page into the chat as well for folks.
Did I miss anyone else? Okay. All right. We will see you in June.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you to Connor, Lillian, and Katie for kind of being our leads on convening this. And if you think of anybody else you think should attend these, please, by all means, invite them, and also let us know, and we can send out an official invite as well.
Right. I think we need to gather some steam here. Okay.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Enjoy the
you.
rest of your day. I hope you get a chance to get outside.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.